Isn't it strange how you can be surrounded by people and still feel so completely alone? Even with faith, still lonely. And I can talk to anyone, I'm a social butterfly. I can hold a conversation, make them laugh. But honestly, in a room full of people, that's when I am the loneliest. There's a difference between having friends and actually connecting with them. I have a couple of close friends, the kind of people who don't make you feel crazy when you open up, who I can talk to without holding back. But the problem is that everyone's getting so busy with their own lives now that hanging out isn't super practical anymore. And now it's like I'm in this massive disconnect, like I'm cruising through life, wanting community, but never really belonging anywhere. And it amplifies the feelings even more knowing I'm living in the second largest city in the country. I guess it's possible to still feel isolated, even if there's millions of people around you. And I've had some pretty dark thoughts about this stuff, the kind of depressive loneliness that keeps you awake at night, pushing you to the point where the pain hurts so much you'll literally do anything to escape it, anything to numb it. It's not just about being alone, it's about feeling unseen and unheard, like you don't even exist in the eyes of those around you. The kind of thoughts that make you question everything, making you wonder if you even matter to anyone. That kind of loneliness, it swallows you whole. The paralysis from loneliness leaves me feeling pretty trapped, unable to reach out or connect. And it's been years of this loneliness, where every effort seems exhausting and meaningless after a while, and it feels like there's nothing that can fix it. But I found someone who has never left me. I've never been so sure of something. It's not this big hoax, it's not this craziness. I believe this to my core. I know this. But God has become the closest friend I never thought I'd ever have. When I felt unseen by the world, He saw me. When I felt like no one cared, He was right there, showing me that I mattered. And He didn't just see me. Jesus reached into my loneliness and pulled out a peace and a passion beyond understanding. I can't describe it. It didn't make the loneliness disappear instantly, but it began to change how I faced it. The truth the Lord has exposed to me is this: loneliness is not the absence of people, it's the absence of connection. And the deepest connection you can ever have is with the one who created you. You can be surrounded by crowds and still feel like no one understands you, like no one gets you. But the Lord does. He understands the parts of you that you don't even fully get yet. And maybe that's the scariest part for you. The thought of being fully known by someone terrifies you. But think about it this way: God already knows every broken piece of you, every doubt, every sin, and He has still loved you. He's never going to abandon you, even if everyone else in the world does. This world will always leave you wanting more. It will never fill the gaps, those empty spaces. You can chase every relationship, every experience, every high, and still feel so alone. But the fullness you're looking for, it's found through the Lord. It's found through Jesus. He's the one that takes that emptiness and fills it with purpose. He doesn't just see you, He knows you. And maybe He knows that part of the purpose of your life is to know Him intimately. Loneliness can lie to you. It can make you believe that you don't matter, you're invisible, that no one cares. Emotions lie, but Jesus is truth. You are known. You are loved. You're not alone. Not with Him. He's been with you from the very beginning, and He's not going to go anywhere. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm still learning to deal with the loneliness. But I can say that it's different now. It doesn't crush me the way that it used to, because I know that I'm not really alone. God's presence changes everything. And maybe right now you're feeling that deep, empty kind of loneliness. But I want you to know there is hope. There is hope found through Jesus. There's comfort in Him. Speak to Him like He's your best friend. Tell Him what's on your mind. Be raw and authentic with Him, because He's the friend who never leaves, even if the world does.